backlash last week for attempting to normalize pedophilia. So every week they've got USA Today just down a roll. Last week, attempting to normalize pedophilia. I'm not going to get into that article today, although we probably should. And then this week, it's parents should be stripped of their right to raise their own children. The state will do a better job. And we don't have to wait for legislation. We don't have to wait to be forced to do it. No. We can act now. Rich folks should, you guys out there with that have done well for yourselves through hard work, you should trade your children with homeless, or at the very least with lower middle class folks. Just trade kids. There you go. Why not? I mean, that sounds perfectly sane. All right, get ready for another big one here. This is from Steve Watson. Headline, parents horrified as school hosts Satan Club for children. If you think it's a joke, you think it's a conspiracy theory, is there really anything now that comes out across the news that we're shocked about anymore? If you've listened to Current Disclosure, especially from the beginning, I mean, it's every week. You think you can't find a more bizarre, disturbing, depraved, total absence of morality story out there, and then somebody tops it. And we talked about the Satanic Temple here in the program before. Fighting for the rights of abortion, by the way. Remember that? Satanic Temple fighting for their ritual of abortion. You know, that's their sacrament, Satanic Temple, being able to sacrifice children. Also called abortion. Satanists are targeting kids as young as 6 years old. And they've got a tweet from the Satanic Temple, because, I mean, hey, why shouldn't the Satanic Temple have their own Twitter account? You know, Donald Trump can't have his own Twitter account, along with many countless others that have been banned and erased, canceled. But hey, what? The Satanic Temple deserves to have its own, in the name of religious freedom. Anyway, Satanic Temple has a tweet out here. Does your child's school need an after-school club as an alternative to the Good News Club or other religious clubs? Why not think about the after-school Satan Club? It's back. Initialed ASSC. This is not satire. This is not some joke. This is real. Parents in Illinois were shocked to discover that their children's school approved an event for children organized by the Satanic Temple. The event, titled Satan Club, held at Jane Addams Elementary School in Moline, vowed to introduce children to a scientific, rationalist, non-superstitious worldview. Satan Club is intended for children from grades 1 to 5. Yes, get them while they're young, meaning that presumed Satanists are targeting kids as young as 6 years old. Oh, they're targeting right in the womb, folks. A flyer promoting the event, posted to Facebook by one parent, noted that all involved had been, quote, vetted by the Satanic Temple and had passed criminal background checks. Well, that's totally comforting. Oh, I didn't read that. They've been vetted. Okay. Move along. Nothing to see here. It also notes that the Satanic Temple is a non-theistic religion that views Satan as a mythical figure representing individual freedom, and that the club does not attempt to convert children to any religious ideology. Hey kids, let's have fun at After School Satan Club, the flyer states. And there's pictures of it. You can look at that yourself. Among other posts prompting their rampant advocacy for abortion and hailing Satan for 2022, the Satanic Temple is promising the kids clubs. Isn't that wonderful? It's joyous. So you got pictures here, the half donkey, half man sitting on a throne. Little kids looking up in admiration at the satanic figure with a pentagram on its head. Hail Satan, Happy New Year. Tweeted December 31st, 2021. So, and yes, there are different types of Satanism. Yes, this one says, hey, we don't believe in, this is a non-theistic group. We don't believe in the actual Lucifer person. It's just, this stands for personal freedom. Do what you want, whatever feels good. Yeah, there's that brand of Satanism, and then there is the other brand of Satanism where they actually do worship Lucifer. But interesting to me that the Satanic Temple, who says that they don't, and people have debated, well, they're just saying this so they can get by, get a little more comfortable with people. Oh, we don't really believe in, the devil with the horns and all that. It's just personal freedom. There are those that believe that that's just a sham anyway. But then you do have the Satanists that are out there worshiping Lucifer and chanting and doing all kinds of disgusting, depraved things on satanic holidays and all the rest. All right, before I freak everybody out, just know, folks, keep your eyes peeled. You thought public education was great because it's government run, right? It's safe. They're teaching my kids reading, writing, and arithmetic. Oh, not nowadays, folks. There's so much more going on. Yes, so much more. In fact, here's another school story. In a different form of confusion and depravity. Massachusetts high school trying to erase gendered terms from biology class, of all places. The nonprofit group Parents Defending Education published a report exposing Needham High School in Massachusetts for reinventing its biology course curriculum to scrub all gendered terms. The genetics lesson reportedly urges students to no longer make any references to male or female because other, quote, orientations and, quote, identities need to feel included and respected, even if actual biology gets lost along the way. Now, again, I'll ask the unfortunate question, I guess. If you're so big on science, how can you be so... We must follow the science, 15 days to flatten the curve, wear your mask, take the vaccines, what's wrong with you? James Carver out there saying he wants to punch the unvaccinated in the face. Anyway, we got to follow the science, right? When it comes to gender identity, students to no longer make any references to male or female. I'll say this, and God created them male and female. And he still does. That hasn't changed. It's not going to change, folks. Because other orientations and identities need to feel included and respected, even if actual biology gets lost along the way. The, quote, language matters section of the course instruction claims that natural human biology is not a fixed thing, but rather a social conditioned construct that has long mistakenly taught humans to view sex and gender as binary. And that's why you see on all the applications now and everything, is this person binary or non-binary? Using language that removes gendered terms to talk about bodies helps to ensure that people with diverse sexualities, genders, bodies, romantic orientations are included and respected. It goes on to say, but we don't want to offend all the 78 different genders out there. We want everyone to feel included. And it goes on to talk about other subjects. Again, you can read the article. It is from naturalnews.com. Massachusetts high school trying to erase gendered terms from biology class. It's public education at its absolute finest. Then, speaking of inflation, we got this, a video. Somebody went into Walmart and took a video. I guess in Walmart now, they are restraining the steaks. They are securing the steaks. Now, I'm not talking about tent steaks. I'm talking about steaks that you eat. You grill up, or what have you, steak, potatoes, meat. Because of inflation that we talked about earlier in today's program, because of inflation, Walmart is now, usually you go to the grocery store, and if you want to get expensive liquor or cigarettes, it's locked up in a cabinet, right? You got to go find somebody, customer service on aisle 8, customer service in the liquor department, blah, blah, blah. They come out, they got the keys. It's all plexiglass or whatever. And, which one do you want? They open it up. Now, Walmart is doing this for meat, for steaks, because they're ripping them off. And somebody commented on here, I don't know what is worse, the fact that it's locked up or that it's almost $21. Pretty scary. And we're not talking filet mignon either, folks. Let's see, we've got this. Thousands of Paris police intercept freedom convoy, deploying tear gas. Yeah, the French people too. French said, we saw the Canadians and said to ourselves, it's awesome what they're doing. And so they started to do it in France. And so now you got French police throwing tear gas at the freedom convoy over there. I got a new report out. Global freedoms have had a dismal record low amid the pandemic. We're almost at the top of the hour here, but I want to get into that article more about how democracy is just being crushed, not just here in the States, but around the planet. Global freedoms hitting a dismal low. You got a CNN analyst out there calling for violence against the Canadian truckers, saying, hey, slash the tires and arrest the drivers. Where's the tolerance? Where's the peace-loving, progressive... Slash the tires, arrest the drivers, empty the gas tanks. CNN analyst calls for violent attacks on freedom truckers. Harvard professor, nonetheless. Harvard professor, CNN analysts, and former Obama administration Undersecretary of Homeland Security. What a resume, right? Whoa. Juliet Kayyem has called for violence and vandalism against Freedom Convoy protesters who amassed on the bridge that connects Detroit, Michigan to Windsor, Ontario. Slash the tires, arrest the drivers. Destroy the gas tanks. Move the truck, she says. Enough of this. Freedom lovers. How dare you? What are you thinking? All right, then you got some more tyranny in the schools. Quickly here, headline, please let me out, begs child locked in classroom for not wearing mask. February 11, 2022, footage filmed by a middle school student in Elgin, Illinois, captured the moment he was forcibly sequestered in a classroom, reportedly for not wearing a face mask. And I'm going to play the audio. It's very short, of the student recording himself. They let him keep his phone. What were they thinking? He says, it's a law by Governor Pritzker to let me out of this room. The child tells a U46 school official who's standing outside blocking the door from opening. Here, let me play the audio, okay?
It is the law by Governor Pritzker to let me out of this room. You can't lock me in a room. You can't lock me in here. Please let me out.
Yeah, recorded his own video. It's, student journalism right there at its finest. You can't lock me in a room. You can't lock me in here. And you could watch the video yourself. He struggles to force a door open. He begs, please let me out. Video comes as confusion over whether mask rules are still in effect abound, with Governor J.B. Pritzker on Wednesday saying he planned to lift restrictions statewide, however, not for school district. And that's been the big question all over the country. When are the schools going to chime in and do this? Unbelievable. Kids not wearing a mask, lock them in a classroom. And you can check out the video yourself. Canadian radio host forced off the air for dangerous pro-convoy talk. You can't talk about freedom. You can't talk about the Canadian freedom truckers in Canada. You get booted off the air. How's that for being canceled? We are nearly at the top of the hour, and I want to finish with at least one positive story. We have to, right? I mean, the Canadian trucker story is great news. What's happening there, of course. Let's finish with this. Tomorrow's Super Bowl Sunday. Be honest, probably not going to watch it. Tom Brady is retired. He's not playing in this year's Super Bowl. My interest has waned. Anyway, I digress. Let's finish with this headline. Without my Lord and Savior, I am nothing. LA Rams, who are in tomorrow's Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals. Defensive back Jalen Ramsey addresses his faith ahead of the Super Bowl. As Los Angeles Rams defensive back Jalen Ramsey prepares to play in the Super Bowl on Sunday, he stressed the importance of relying on the Lord. In an interview with the media this week, Rim